Alright, I'm going to keep my voice very low. Sorry for that, but everyone in my house is asleep. So I don't ever ask people to subscribe to this channel. If you're going to be here, I prefer you want to be here, but I will ask for you to comment because this takes a lot of editing, and it would help out the algorithm a lot. I did make an edge rune word here. It's a pretty good rune word. Damage undead, and IAS, and the Thorns aura, which adds open wounds to your minions. Yeah, simply too good. I needed a little bit extra juice to actually use strafe as opposed to just summoning things, and this did the job to at least get me through Act 1 here. Softcore players might want to know what's different about hardcore. Look at the door behind me. I know there's monsters over there, and on softcore I would have opened it and just fought both packs at once, but I don't know what's on the other side of that door. When it could be something now that could one-shot me, I'm going to clear the hallway, be safe, open the other door. If you want to know the difference between hardcore and softcore, that's kind of it. It's just positioning and awareness. I was desperately begging for some sort of bow to drop that had 3 sockets because I had found a pole rune. Unfortunately, a 4-socket dropped, and it's a bad base. But bad base, 4 sockets, I know what that calls for. That's a harmony rune word. The harmony has good ED on it, plus the Valkyrie and a bunch of elemental damage, which is great for leveling through hell. So that's what I'm going to make here. That pole rune is going to get some use a little bit later, though, for another rune word that I didn't expect to use. I'm a little upset I didn't get to use the purity. It seems very cool, but again, finding a base for it is going to be always just a little bit difficult. Harmony, on the other hand, only requires a co-rune, and that's very easy to find. Always check your rune words. I don't know how many times I've made the wrong thing in the wrong base, but like I said, a harmony is generally my go-to just because that elemental damage is too good. See what I mean? 55 to 160 on all of them. Yeah, it's a nice bow to have, especially if you're just using it to level through hell. Now, I am going to buy some stuff later on, but that was good enough for right now. I found a bone visage, which I didn't mean to pick up. It just happened to be in my inventory. And that pole rune I didn't use earlier to make a purity, well, it could apply to another rune word that I never really use, which is wisdom. Now, I think softcore players, I hear a lot of criticism every season about rune words that don't seem to have a purpose, and Senpai always says I'm making leveling rune words. Well, I think this is the time they apply. I think maybe us softcore players should shut the fuck up about balance changes on these rune words because they're very helpful for getting hardcore players out of a rut. The wisdom rune word, which I've never used, is going to give me 33% more pierce, which is going to put me near 100 pierce. It's a lot of AoE clear, especially with the changes to pierce. And it's also going to give me a bunch of mana and ways to get mana back. I think it's mana leech, mana after kill, 2 energy, and mana taken, or mana gained as damage when you take damage. Very good for summons on, and like I said, when it gives me that near 100% pierce, it was too good to pass up for just a pole rune. I did make my first purchase here. I was trying to sort of do this as solo self-found, but when I had Worldstone shards and all of a sudden this wisdom rune word, a razor tail, I was like, if that dropped, I'm set. And I said, well, if someone has one up for like 3-4 Worldstone shards, something like that, I'll go ahead and buy it. And sure enough, someone did. Even on hardcore this late in the season. It's a clean one, but this is going to get me over 100% pierce, and it's going to really clear up or speed up my clear speed, which, well, is effectively a defensive stat. So if I can clear things quicker, and I know that's going to be very useful, especially in Act 4 in Chaos Sanctuary and things like that. So, actually, do I show the stats here? Yeah, I lose a little bit of res. Lightning res is still not good, but 88% pierce now with those 2 items. That's sitting pretty good. This was my first scare. Why I did this, I don't know. Oh my god. I almost shit my pants. Should have stayed on the platform and shot. I know my lightning res isn't good. Duriel. People always tell me they have problems leveling on summons on. Remember, I'm using a stag bow with harmony and like a peace rune word. And what a wisdom. Guys, if you're struggling leveling on summons on, I don't know what the issue is. It takes down all the bosses almost instantaneously, and you're virtually invincible walking. Now, Duriel did drop me something very cool here, though. Not a GG armor, but something that's going to be very useful to me moving forward, especially on this hardcore run here. ED, all res, strength, and poison length reduced. Do I give up the piece for that? Even on the stag bow, it's adding 30% damage, max damage to what I'm doing. I'm going to end up using it. Here's another thing I did. I shopped. Haven't done this in a long while. Never had a reason to. But with the piece gone, I felt I needed some more skills, and I figured I could find at around level 75 when these things roll for you. I could probably get some 3-2 skill gloves, which I did. You actually see me switching off and playing with some IAS gloves I found. But the other thing you can do is find good boots. My lightning res wasn't great. So if you need to shop for things, just get a spawn that's super quick, walk in and out, and go back to the same vendor. And actually here I'll find, I think it's 10 faster run walk, but max lightning res, or not max, max rolled lightning res boots, which was just what I needed. In a pinch to fix my lightning res, and there they are. Couldn't believe it. 40 lightning res. Yeah, give me those. I don't need to run fast. What I need is not to die to lightning like I just almost did in Arcane Sanctuary. So, hardcore's also reminding me how to play this game. Shop for things. I don't remember what's happening here. Oh, I'm buying an Ebonbane. Another thing I said was, hey, if I find... What if there's an Ebonbane up for like 2 Worldstone shards, which is what I had on me at the time. I gotta buy that, right? It's too good. And sure enough, someone had one up with Magic Find on it. Now, I know I'm not gonna box that item, and I only need a socket on it to avoid a respec. I have 1 Hell Rune, and sure enough, that gets me down to the dexterity point I need to not need to respec. Now I have a 4K max strafe. Now my reses are, well, not in line, but at least balanced out a little bit. The 30% faster run walk helps, and Magic Find while I'm walking through hell. Yeah, for 2 Worldstone shards, that's a little bit too good to give up, and I saved my respec. Here's where things get interesting. Trav is where I died last time. On Barb, admittedly, but do I have enough juice now? I did have an IK Maul on the Barb. I got an Ebonbane here. Can I do it? Can I get past the spot I got stuck on last time with a group to help me? Well, let's see. You can see how scared I am of these. They killed me last time. Nope, easy peasy. I play summons on this time around, and class I know, class that's safe, and I get it done. Ebonbane obviously helped there, but really it's the mentality that shifted. When I was playing Barb, it was with friends, it was to be funny, it was a big joke. Now I'm actually trying. Now I'm actually using what I know about summons on to keep my distance, put my decoys in the right spot, and, well, keep progressing. It's not a race, it's a slog. I'm just going to let Meph play out here. Again, I'm always confused when people say they can't get through hell on summons on. I know I have an Ebonbane, but I've explained you can find, Eagle Horns for 1 Worldstone shard, or even bad rolled Wind Forces for a couple Worldstone shards, almost at any point in the season. So just watch how fast Meph goes down here. Ebonbane, like level, 26 decoys. Isolate them, pin them down, get it done. That quick. And people have problems leveling with this? Guys, you got mechanical problems if you got problems leveling with this. Straight up. Not trying to be rude, but damn. Again, just showing off and complaining. I did switch to some fire res arrows for this, but watch how fast Diablo goes down. Level 26 decoys, Ebonbane. Easy. If you're having problems leveling, it's because you're not playing this right. And one thing he did give me was the laying on hands, which I always thought of as damaged demons in IES, but all of a sudden that fire res is looking really, really sexy to me. Thank you, Diablo. Also dropped the Nausea Circlet, if I recall. Yeah, which I saved for later. That might be a very good option if I can get my Pierce up without that Wisdom. Here was the first test. I knew there was going to be souls when I went down to get Anya. By the way, so close. So close on this jewel. Look at this. Oh, if that rolls ED on the bottom roll. That fun, I could sell that for 50 high runes and build my whole summons on and be done. But I wanted to do souls. I wanted a map with souls, and I wanted to show that this had the power to go in there and get it done. And never mind, I'm at it. No, thank you very much. Oh my god. Anyway, yeah, I reloaded. This time I go in, I make the leveling rune word, which again, why these things are in the game, to get my lightning res to a little bit more respectable place. I think I'm ready for the souls with 53. We'll see how it goes. Step carefully. No one's shooting yet. There's only 3 monsters that can be down here. Alright, the first one's girls, the second one's abominations. What's the third? It's harpies. Excellent. There's actually no souls down here. I was a little disappointed. I wanted to see if I could handle them. But honestly, after the scare I got on the last one, I admit I was breathing a sigh of relief, and I'm okay with it. I used to make fun of hardcore players just a couple of months ago about leaving games with souls in them, but I feel you now, boys. I feel you now. Now it is time for Ancients. This is a big test, right? Talic even nerf is big dick. Can we get it done? Talic down quick. Corlic is always a problem though, because he will eventually jump on you. Like he tries to there. Nope, I'm playing Summons on. This class is OP for leveling. Super, super easy. 5 Worldstone Shard investment into this character. Everything else is self-found, and it is walking through hell like it is nothing. The only problem we had was a couple of lightning enchanted assholes in Arcane and the lightning souls in Act 5. Everything else, it breezed through like it was nothing. So, if you guys are having problems leveling with this, reassess what you're doing. Check out how I'm positioning things in this video. Get your res up. It should be smooth sailing for you. Buy a stupidly low or bad rolled bow, and you can get through anything on your own as well. See you in the next one.